Hey, welcome to another episode of Tech Talk. I am your host, Jeff Hutzel. I'm the Chief Cloud Officer of Auditmacs. Tech Talk, if you haven't seen our show before, it's a show that's all about the latest and greatest things happening in technology and the people behind those movements. So today we are happy to be joined by James Cox. James is with Brightway Insurance. And James, first of all, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. Good to be here, Jeff.
Yeah, so obviously we wanted to chat and sit down with you. We've heard about you at an upcoming talk at the Tech Coast Conference on August 21st
Yep,
at the
that's right.
TIAA Bank Stadium. So that's great. You excited about it?
Oh, very excited. It's going to be great. The whole conference is going to be fantastic.
Yeah, it's going to be a cool venue this year. They've moved it to the new stadium, so it's going to be something a little different setup.
Yeah, absolutely.
Are you going to speak on like the 50-yard line, or were they doing it?
Hey, if they'll have me, if they'll have me. The bigger the audience, the better, right?
Well, so your talk that you're doing focuses around something that's pretty unique. So digital mentorship, I think, is your topic. So first of all, for everybody here, what does that really mean to you?
Sure. So digital apprenticeship and digital mentorship is really a twist on the old styles of talent development in the tech world. So I believe that just like the trades of the old Middle Ages, like blacksmithing, tailoring, baking, right. I believe that the trades of the modern day, aside from being an electrician, are things like development, things like writing clean code, things like database management, things like database architecture. Professionals that are in those fields have a lot of expertise that they can offer to up-and-comers in the dev world, and those up-and-comers want that expertise. It's valuable. So
the model today for most people is what? It's go get a certification, right? It's
right.
Stay at home, stare at a computer, learn something, maybe take a class, and then go take your certification, and then move on to the next one, or go.
Exactly. Yeah. Explore YouTube as much as you can. Get on Udemy. Yeah.
You're saying this is a little bit different approach to that, a little different model.
Yes, exactly. It follows more of an older style where the profession of being a tech professional and the vocation is caught rather than taught. So it's not so much individual study, but it's more working with someone who's already established.
So what do you see it looks like? So you perhaps kind of example, it's like the old blacksmith, right? You know, you follow somebody for a few years, watch what they do, you get your feet wet, and then kind of move into that as a profession. So what does that look like in the kind of digital world?
Yeah, so I think the model to be done effectively hasn't changed much over the last few hundred years. Back in the olden days, an apprentice would spend lots of time with the master who they would work with, and they'd live in the shop. They'd work with him day in and day out, not just learning the trade, but also learning how do you source the proper materials, how do you do business in the marketplace. Right. And today, those things would look like how do you write professional emails, how do you write good documentation. And so I think the way that that's effective is to have the master spend a significant amount of time with the apprentice.
So does that look like, in your kind of concept here, does that look more of a within the company? So obviously I think I'm a big fan of the mentorship idea, right? And I think you can find mentors anywhere. I mean, there's the old idea of just find somebody that's more senior in your field and latch onto them and see if they'll give you help and kind of walk you along. And sometimes that's within your company, sometimes it's not. Yeah. Are you seeing that as building something into the culture of companies and kind of encouraging groups to do that?
Yes, yeah. So this is definitely something that we would want to deploy in companies, and I think companies have an opportunity to benefit from the process. So apprentices, typically, you can usually get away with a little bit lower base salary because part of the compensation is the experience that you gain. Likewise, people who are experts in the tech field already, there's usually not enough hands to go around for the groundbreaking work that companies want to do. So experts get more hands on the wheel. Apprentices get the experience they need, and companies get away with hopefully a lower line item for employment
Yeah, I
costs.
think that's a good point. I mean, that's one thing we find in a lot of the markets and a lot of the CIOs we talk to is there's no shortage of projects and things they want to do. The hard part is finding the talent.
Right.
And you just think you're going to wave this magic wand and find this talent. And a lot of times you're having to relocate experienced people from other cities, which is very expensive and time-consuming. So this idea of get them in early, get them started, bring them through your culture, and educate them, I think it's really interesting.
Yeah. And, I think with the proper eye, a good, hiring manager and a qualified tech expert is able to spot that talent that's already there within the company. And so rather than the extra cost that's associated with hiring externally, you can develop the talent that you already have.
Yeah, it makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. Well, not to mention, I think there's a feeling of satisfaction there. I mean, a lot of times the hidden benefit of that is not so much, you always think about the person that's being mentored.
Right.
But I think for the actual mentor themselves, they get a lot of that relationship as well. It's kind of a hidden benefit of that relationship. So that's great. So I can't wait for your talk. It's going to be cool. I know you're going to go much, much deeper, which is awesome. So we're looking forward to seeing that. So obviously you're part of Brightway Insurance here in town. So tell us about Brightway.
Yeah, so Brightway is a national property and casualty insurance distribution company. So Basically, we work with two different types of clients. If you're looking for insurance, we're going to be able to offer you more selection and more expert counsel than the competition. But also, if you're an insurance agent and you're looking to open your own agency, then a Brightway franchise is going to be able to offer you the support you need to have a competitive edge.
Well, so where can people find out more?
So if you're interested in getting insurance, you can go to brightway.com to find out more information. If you're interested in being an insurance agent and open your own agency, you can go to brightwaydifference.com.
Awesome. Well, and August 21st, go to the TIAA Bank Stadium. We're going to check you out. See you on the stage there, which is going to be awesome. So we're looking forward to that. Thanks for joining us today. We appreciate it. And thank you guys for joining us as well for another segment of Tech Talk. Hope to see you next time.